Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn about gymnosperms. Seed plants are divided by two, naked seeds and enclosed seeds. In this video we are going to focus on naked seeds. The name gymnosperms means naked seed, which is the major distinguishing factor between gymnosperm and angiosperms, the two distinct subgroups of seed plant. This term comes from the fact that the ovules and seeds of gymnosperm develop on the scales of cones rather than in enclosed chamber called ovaries. There are four types of gymnosperm that we are going to learn: Phylum Coniferophyta, Phylum Pseudophyta, Phylum Group16, and Phylum Lithophyta. Gymnosperm produce seeds that are totally exposed, known as naked seeds. The plants include pine, spruce, fir, and ginkgo. The productive structures are cones and strawberry. And most important thing is heterosporous, where it produces a types of spores. Microspores develop into male and megaspores develop into female. Phylum Coniferophyta, commonly called as the coniferous pines. Pinus is the largest genus in conifers. Most of them are evergreen, which retains their leaves in winter. Conifers are woody trees and shrubs, exhibit secondary growth. There are two types of characteristics that we learn. First, needle-like leaves, and the second one is raceme. As we all know, needle-like leaves are most adapted for harsh environments, have thick cuticles, have a sunken stomata, and no air space within the mesophil to conserve the water. So for the resins, they are functioned to protect the plants from fungi or insects. Let's look into the differences between female cone and male cone.
Plants, usually the male and female reproductive parts are in the same flower, but not always. And when you think about pine trees, there are actually male and female pine cones. The female pine cone, I think everybody knows about because it's the large one and it has a pair of seeds between these, each of these scales. But there is such a thing as a male pine cone. It's smaller, you see the size of it here, doesn't stay on the tree very long, produces pollen. Pine trees are wind pollinated, so the wind blows the pollen from male pine cones over to female pine cones, fertilizes those eggs, which develop into seed.
All living things have their life cycles, so let's look into it.
Have you ever seen or heard of a coniferous forest? Conifers are evergreens, which means that they keep their leaves or needles year-round. A pine is a common conifer found all over the Northern Hemisphere. It can be used as a model of the seed production process in all gymnosperms. Let's go over the life cycle of a conifer. The adult sporophyte, the pine tree, develops both male and female cones on separate branches. Female cones develop two ovules on the upper surface of each cone's scale. Each ovule contains haploid megaspores. Male cones produce microspores by meiosis. The microspores develop into pollen grains. Each winged pollen grain is a 4-cell male gametophyte. The female gametophyte grows, producing 2 or more archegonia, each of which contains an egg. During pollination, a wind-borne pollen grain falls near the opening in one of the ovules of the female cone. Each male gametophyte forms a pollen tube that penetrates the tissue of the female gametophyte. When the pollen tube has grown into the archegonium, a sperm cell from the male gametophyte fertilizes the egg. The zygote develops into an embryo and a mature seed is produced. The female cone opens, releasing the seeds. When the conditions are favorable, the seed germinates into a new young sporophyte, a pine tree seedling.
So, in conclusion, Phylum Coniferophyta is one of the 4 phyla that classify under the gymnosperms. There are characteristics such as needle-like leaves and resins, the productive systems, the life cycles of the plant,